I've got thrift store finds and stitching and plans, and there are just not enough hours in the day for everything. Hey Flosstube, I'm Michelle. This is my romantic tangle. It is Wednesday. I don't know what day of May it is because it's all blurring together, but I have some things I can't wait to show you. Pink House is going well. I just need to fill in this little bit of the pink, the last couple of these little stars, and then 2 stars here, and she is done. And I think the house on Blueberry Buckle Lane, is that the name of it? The one I keep calling Blueberry Salt Box, it is not Blueberry Salt Box. I think that one is next. But I'm not entirely sure which little house will be next. I got some more done on Southwest Mesa. This one is going slowly because I am struggling with my floss. The floss is on numbered bobbins. The pattern uses color names. I think I have a solution in mind, and hopefully it will work and I will have good things to report to you later. The reason this project is such a mess is this is the very first cross stitch kit that I ever got. It was a Christmas present in 2000 from my husband. I started it immediately. I messed it up immediately, and all that is left is the original pattern. But I have since seen several pictures of this stitched up. I am determined to get it done. Not quickly, because this thing is huge. So I need to redo my organization when it comes to the DMC that I'm subbing for the original dimensions floss, because the floss, the fabric, everything but that chart is long gone. My daughter and I got a chance. We had to go up to Portland for some errands, which means you leave early and you go to the Goodwill bins. And lying there in the bottom of one of the bins, I saw just the name. I turned it over with no expectation that it was going to be cross stitch. I don't know if Theresa Wentzler does things other than cross stitch, but there are a lot of other artist names that absolutely catch my attention that it's always not cross stitch. I found these in the bottom of the Goodwill bins. I found the Millennium Sampler, and I found the Castle Sampler. They are banged up. They are in poor condition, but for 50 cents each, oh yeah, I'm bringing these home. And then at the opposite end of the store, I found Mill Hill Haunted Halloween. I love some of the little stuff going on these borders. No idea when I'll stitch it, if I'll stitch it. If I don't stitch it, I will pass it on to someone else. I rarely find cross stitch in the bins. Finished cross stitch sometimes. Patterns almost never. And then I had appointments yesterday, and I stopped at a couple of thrift stores because you drive up early. And I was looking at the craft section at the store. They have moved it. There's not been anything in it in a year at least. I saw just the corner of a pattern. And you know how, maybe it's just me, but if you're looking at leaflets, something about some of them, if you're looking at the chart itself, just screams, this is a 1980s pattern. This screamed, this is a 1980s pattern. I almost did not pick up the bag to see what was in it. But I picked up the bag and I saw this. It's the Monopoly chart. I have never had serious life goals to stitch the Monopoly board, but it was $1.99. And in the bag, you could tell that there were 2 different colors of Aida. We have attempt number 1. And we have attempt number 2. And regardless of whether or not I ever decide to stitch a Monopoly board, for my $1.99, I have 2 huge pieces of Aida. The 14 count looks like nice enough stuff. The question is, If I stitch a Monopoly board, I'm going to start from scratch with all my own stitching, especially because you wonder if someone made this much progress and gave it up. Are there counting mistakes in here? I do not have the patience to look and confirm whether there are or not. So I'm thinking I'm going to use this lovely serged Aida for a project of my own, because like I said, I've got lots of big projects on my bucket list. Do I pick all of this out, or do I just trim off the stitch part and still have a pretty darn big piece of fabric? What would you do? Last time I was getting ready to start a new shawl with that thrift store yarn that jumped up and down and said, I want to be a shawl. It did not jump. It said, I want to be a shawl. And I looked up some pictures of Red Heart Super Saver pink camo, and it is, as you can guess by the way it looks in the ball, it's a little wild when it's knitted up just plain. So I pulled out some Caron 1 pound. The color name is Lace, which throws me. And I'm striping them. And I am really liking this. I have 4 skeins of this. That might be enough to do this shawl and then do a second one. And instead of the lace, I could use pink. I'm really considering that. And someday in the recent past, there was an estate sale. I saw pictures listed on Facebook that they still had lots of yarn and they wanted to get rid of it cheap. And I had somewhere else to be on Sunday, but I got there 3 minutes after the sale opened, something like that, hoping that the cheap yarn was something I could pick up for my quilting group. And yes, I'm picking up yarn for a quilting group because that totally makes sense. The box I saw, it was there. I watched a woman pick it up and walk out with it, and if I had not made a wrong turn, that was what I was there going for. But it's fine because there is a whole lot of acrylic yarn in the world. There was a lot of quilting fabric. This was a crafter's house. And I poked around a bit, and for some reason, a couple of months back, I wanted to go buy some waste canvas. I don't even know if Joann's and them sell waste canvas anymore, but I told them it's always in the thrift stores. Of course, once you go looking for it, you can't find it. They had 3 packs. It's ancient, but you're going to peel out the threads anyway, so who cares? And then they had some packs of light blue Aida. I don't use light blue, but it's going to be a Christmas ornament or the background of a salt box house, or I'm going to dye it while I'm playing around with Rit dyes or something. It does not matter. So I got 6 packs combined Aida waste canvas. I got a couple of really pretty doilies. I got some Nancy Drew 1940s wartime editions, which I don't know if I needed, but I got the whole stack of stuff for $2. So if I said what I was going to do with the waste canvas, please remind me, because at this point I have no idea. But if I need it at once, it will come back. Now, the next thing is it Andrea's Cautionary Tales that just finished Hawk Run Hollow? I've only seen the thumbnail, haven't got to watch the video yet, but is this big enough for Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow? Because I'm thinking it might be. And I'm thinking maybe this is a sign? Or maybe I just want to stitch Halloween and Hawk Run Hollows and I'm making signs up, which is 100% I'm sure what it is. Thanks for watching. I'm Michelle. This is my romantic tangle. I'm going to try to get this uploaded. Between the new laptop and the old laptop, it ain't going well. I will be back with you with more videos soon, though.